All right, got that all hooked up, ready to go. Track room is out of the way.
Hang with me, Cameron.
Yeah, not too bad. That hopping so good on no drive tonight. Before I was figured out. The wanted tractor out of Cheyenne.
Dan did a good job pedaling it there to keep that baby straight when it had that front end in the air. So,
he's getting used to it, I think.
Yep, it's all good. Hey, welcome everybody to Live with Lussetto. Every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. We're talking all things Heartland Division of the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pullers. So, Greg, how are you, buddy?
I'm still kicking, man. We're in the old dog days of the pulling summer, and it's dragging on. I'm sure you're feeling it too. We've been
not like you are. You go to every single pull. So
yeah, but you guys are darn busy too with all the live stream stuff and traveling around. I mean, I can't imagine.
That would be Doug and Mackenzie and Hope. They're more tired than I am. So, but I'm back on the road. I got Kaya. Yeah, Kaya, Doug, and Mackenzie are the main three at every pull. And then Hope's been going. I've been going. And this coming week, Doug and Hope are going to Bowling Green with our merchandise trailer. And then I am taking Kaya. Kaya's our lead. She's the queen. We call her Princess Leia. And then Mackenzie, Chandler, and I were Iowa State Fair Tuesday, Wednesday, Wisner, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So 5 in a row.
That'll be a grind. See, and we've got this weekend we're taking off West Point, Nebraska. Thursday night we do a Heartland show. Friday they do the national show. The next day we've got to jump across the state and head back to Hemingford, Nebraska for one of our longtime Heartland pulls. And Saturday we'll be back in central Nebraska for Palmer, which is a real up-and-coming pull. So we got 3 of them coming this weekend.
Good stuff.
One thing we're real excited about
tomorrow,
with
right? West Point tomorrow.
What's that? West Point is tomorrow night. Yes.
And then what's after West Point?
West Point, then most of us, part of us will head back, and we have a west side Heartland pull at Hemingford, Nebraska, Friday night.
Hemingford. Can you spell that for me?
Hemingford.
I don't know if there's 2 M's or not. Hemingford, Nebraska.
Yep.
Friday, August 11th.
Yep.
And then where are you at Saturday?
Saturday we'll be in Palmer, Nebraska.
So my Outlaw app is currently on my phone, and I bought a Tesla yesterday, and I don't know how to use it yet. And my friend is here that has a Tesla that talked me into buying a Tesla, and he's sitting in my car right now, putting all my settings in with my phone, so I don't have my Outlaw app.
Oh, geez.
But I can watch Outlaw pulling videos. I can watch Outlaw pulling TV while my Tesla charges. So it's all good.
Really?
Yep. On my screen. Palmer, Nebraska, Saturday, August 12th.
Yes, Palmer. And I'll tell you, we've got a new addition that I'm very excited about at Palmer. We'll have our Heartland East classes. Just like last year, we'll have the light mods that'll be part of the national series.
Okay.
And then we are working on a regional hook for the cast or light super ag, I guess as it's called now. So
Hi,
we've
Kaylee.
got.
Hi, Kaylee, Tuma. Thank you for being awesome. Is it Tuma or
For
Tuma?
sure, Tuma.
Tuma.
So we've got anywhere from 3 to 6, 7 of the cast light supers coming, and there's a bunch of those guys right in that area. I'll be excited. There's a bunch of the guys that I used to pull with, back in the 90s. It'll be like Rod Pasota. He got back out for Gibbon, and I can't wait to see him. And
he has Wildfire. Does he have Wildfire?
That's Irv Hake, which he's another guy that might be there. Rod's got the Crazy Horse. It's a John Deere 4010 on alcohol.
Yeah.
And he's been pulling. I've been around Rod since the early 90s, and I know Rod was pulling before that. So
the old black case. Oh shoot, what's Adam's? The Black Knight. He's checking in. Adam's checking in.
Adam Serve. Yep.
That thing
he picked up the win.
Yeah, that thing's got multiple wins this season. So
yes. Yep.
He's been doing well.
And one other guy, Andrew Dolan. I'm hoping we get to see him. He's got a light limited super that's I hear it's close to getting out. So hopefully we'll have a sighting of him here pretty quick.
Awesome.
That one other thing from Neely over the weekend, we had 5 light limited supers. We got Terry Mammon out of Correctionville. Another longtime puller he's got a beautiful little cockshut 570 on alcohol.
Okay. Now I'm playing some video with the sound off of Neely. It's Neely. Am I saying that right?
Yep,
Greg?
Neely. Yep.
So this is some video that you can watch on Outlaw Pulling TV. 98% of all the national pulls are on there, and Greg's doing his best to get every single Heartland Division pull up on outlawpulling.tv as well. So we'll let that video.
I will tell you, it's been a work in progress for us at our level. It was just I say simple, but it's one camera setup, and we've been learning as we go. It's been a struggle, but we're kind of getting the hang of it to where it just continues to get better through the season.
Andrew Dolan says, "I'm hoping Dad and I both get out. Fingers crossed."
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Okay, so West Point tomorrow, Hemingford, Nebraska Friday, Palmer, Nebraska Saturday. Before I started playing the video and got us both all messed up, you're talking about this is going to be a bunch of the light super egg chassis tractors, the cast tractor, right? You said are going to be there?
Not at West Point, but at Palmer.
Yeah, Palmer, Saturday night. Yep.
Palmer's a crazy venue. Farmer by the name of Clayton Forbes there in Palmer has put on several different events, including airboat races on the Loup River. Decided that he wanted to put a pull on, and he literally built a pulling track out behind his house. And it's literally like some of your Wisconsin stuff that we could darn near run into a cornfield. And I mean, it's a great venue. He hauled in 400-foot long, 30 or 40-foot wide of clay, guardrail. Went above and beyond. And
awesome.
The thing just keeps ratcheting up from last year to this year. I think it's got a chance. It actually could be a National Series pull at some point in time.
Adam Serve says Palmer is a cool setup.
Yeah, it's Field of Dreams kind of stuff, honestly.
That's cool. Again, if you're just joining us, we do this every Wednesday night live with Lussetto, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Greg what's your title? I just know you run the Heartland Division. You're the guy.
I don't know what my title is.
But you're the director. I'll call you the director. How about that?
That'll work. I got, the buck probably stops with me, but we also, like my daughter Jazz does an immense amount of work. Kaylee Toom has come on and been phenomenal this year. We're starting to get a real good crew out east. We got Ron Sladkey and Jerome. I'll not even try to spell his name because it's
Zuperda something. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. So we're getting quite a crew together.
Yep. I like it. I like it a lot. Reardon Polling Team says looking forward to a fun weekend. Well, let's go over. So West Point, Heartland's there Thursday, and then when is National there? Friday night or Friday night? Or Saturday night?
See,
Friday night.
Well, yeah, I'll go a step farther. What I think is going to be pretty cool is they asked me at the fair convention this year. There's a guy on the board, or maybe two that pull with the Northeast Nebraska pullers. They're actually going to have a limited amount of classes, maybe starting at 5:30, and they're going to run, some local stuff, and then we'll come in at 7:30 and run our outlaw program. And speaking of Dan,
gentlemen,
Dan the man,
how we doing, guys?
So we'll run our Heartland program there, starting at 7:30.
Okay, cool.
And then, like you said, Friday, then the national series will be down, I believe, in Weeping Water Thursday, the same night that we're in West Point, and then that Friday, then the national series will come up to West Point. So they two nights.
Yep, and then they go to Macon, Missouri on Saturday.
Yes, and then we will go to Palmer.
Yep. So another busy weekend. So
yes.
Dan, I opened up the show with you driving your light limited super stock here, man. You were using the brakes because the front tires were never on the ground there, kiddo, to keep that tractor straight. So
we got to get a decal on the oil pan sometime.
We do.
Yeah. Actually, I might consider a Schultz mortgage team, like between you and Schluters and Ryan Boyson, the bottom of your tractors. I think I feel like I could do something like that. So a little Schultz mortgage team, like anybody need a mortgage. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good track there, Neely. That was.
Oh, that's another thing we should probably go back to. Driving up there, and we were in Cheyenne, Wyoming, Saturday night. So we went from Cheyenne to Neely, which I don't know, Dan, how far is it? Probably 7 hours, 8 hours.
8 hours, 8.5.
And all we did was pretty much drive in crappy weather and rain and wind, and I wouldn't have given you a nickel for that pull to go on. And those guys, they worked their butts off, and as it turned out, that turned out to be a heck of a track.
The only evidence I see of rain is obviously the dirt pushed off to the side, but other than that looks like a great place. So
you should. And I love the grandstands too. It's a really, really neat setting.
Yeah. It is.
It's got a little river behind it, just like, similar to Wisner, right?
Yeah.
A little river?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you guys are heading to Friday night then? I'm going to go back to my post. Let's see here. Hemmingford on Friday, August 11th. Is that a regular on the Heartland schedule, guys? Or
When I founded Heartland in 11, they were one of my. It sounds terrible, but they were one of my 4 pulls that first year we did Heartland, and they've been
There's
with
nothing
us
terrible about that. Just shows the growth you've had, bud.
Yeah, but it's been nice to keep them too, because they've been one of the. They've got a great fair board, and they work hard to make it work. They always have a meal. They've got a little. I guess for lack of a better term, they've got a trailer house on the grounds for the fair board, and they basically cater a whole meal for us afterwards. They're just, the hospitality's top notch.
Yep.
Awesome.
Good crowd too.
Yes.
And then we talked a little bit about Palmer already on the 12th. So what other polls have you had since last Wednesday that we can kind of recap here, Greg?
We did Cheyenne, Wyoming, Saturday, and that's been a good pull too. They put a lot into the fairgrounds. I'm going to say 4 years ago, or maybe 5, they had a $10 million bond passed, and they actually built a complete new fairgrounds. And it's one of our few places that we have pretty much a pulling setup, because they built a facility that's honestly just a shrunk down version a little bit of Rock Valley, but they have demolition derbies and all that stuff there, so it's kind of nice little motorsports. And I see it got sponsored this year, so it was something Motorsports Park, and you'll have to forgive me, Dan, for I forgot.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I was amazed that the crowd that was there. The stands were full.
Oh, they were troopers for the most part because, man, it turned cold and everything, and we did lose some of them. But, yeah, there was a great crowd there this year.
Yeah, and that was probably the first windy day we've had out here in probably 2 months.
It's kind of hard to believe for Wyoming.
It is. Yeah, and we haven't had a windy day since. So
yes, yeah, Dallas Todd, they are going to reschedule Mitchell. They had we're not exactly sure on a date yet. Lana was trying to get something that night, and they had a lot to do. I just asked her that maybe we could talk about it later, but we are certainly going to reschedule Mitchell.
Yeah, you about got to. That's a good pull, and that crowd is they're crazy. It's a good crowd.
Yes. I'm trying to figure out if I can. There we go.
California, Missouri.
Yeah, Delton.
Yep.
Yeah, we should ask Delton if if he's maybe going to make an appearance at Palmer again.
Oh, really?
He was there last year.
Oh. Sorry, guys, I had to boogie and grab a phone call that was important for work. So
we didn't even know you were gone, Jason.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping for, to be honest. I try to hide myself under the comments down here in the bottom left. So.
Yeah. So yeah, Jason, the Cheyenne Pole, it's a very nice facility. We had a little issue with the track, like everywhere, and I mean we've got a bunch of rain out here. They're not really up on a lot of the pulling stuff, but they opened up the track. I'm going to say maybe Sunday, the week before the pull, and then they ended up getting at least probably 3 inches of rain.
Oh wow!
So it kind of to say we had a wet, boggy spot would be an understatement. But we were able to work around it and get through it.
Yep. No, I had a guy there at Cheyenne, Greg. He come up to me. He was a big pulling fan, and he was from Illinois. And he had brought his wife to her very first tractor pull.
Cheyenne's become everybody talks about everybody moving to Colorado, but it's amazing the people that are moving to Cheyenne right now.
Yep. And it was a pretty neat deal to sit and talk. And he talked how his pulls back home or whatever, they start at 3 PM and go till midnight. And I said, well, yeah, you got 300 farm tractors ahead of the out there.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and then Jason, just another thing, we get that pull that got canceled last week, or not canceled, but postponed last week for the weather. We're working on a rescheduled date for September for our Mitchell pull.
Okay. Awesome.
And I guess I should throw one more out. We don't really like to book pulls in the middle of the season, but we've got a pull in Broken Bow, Nebraska that we're working on in central Nebraska.
Okay.
That's awesome. Kind of a late deal. They're talking about doing something 1st or 2nd of September. I think it'd be the 1st, the Friday night of Labor Day.
That's awesome.
So yeah, the demand for pulling right now is just pretty darn amazing.
It is.
Now,
it's been a good season, guys. It really has. Strong.
Well, it makes me wonder where next year is going to go. Because we worked 11 pulls in July, and we've got 11 on the schedule in August. And we have more people.
Sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun.
I hope that was you, Jason, because I did.
That was a small town. Somebody sent me a video they made for Hillsboro, Wisconsin.
Okay.
So,
I was looking around like, what the heck did I push?
Well, one of you has a radio playing in the background. I can hear that, but I don't know.
I need to turn it off. I was a little. I was a little rushed tonight.
Delton plans on being there. You asked that.
At Palmer? That's awesome.
Derek Moody says, "Hey guys, hey Derek." So
Yep.
we're showing
Derek's
some video from Neely, Nebraska. We're showing some video. Is it Neely, right?
Neely.
We're showing some video from Neely, Nebraska, from the Heartland Division of the Outlaws on outlawpulling.tv right now while we're chatting with Dan and Greg and me. So kind of just recapping last weekend. Was that a new song for pullersonly.com? No, that was Jason. That's funny. Too funny.
We keep working. We'll find Ron another ex-wife, right?
We can work on that. We can work on that.
I don't see him for a while. He'll forget about it, I'll bet. I hope.
You hope. All of a sudden your phone starts ringing.
Yeah. It's almost dead. My excuse. Yeah. So
well, good deal. Yeah, I don't have much more tonight. We don't have to go long. I just want we need to go on here once a week, talk about what's happening, what happened last week, what's coming up this week.
Yeah.
Bronson Gibbons says, can't wait for another great weekend of pulling.
Good.
I'll tell you what, and that's one thing. Bronson's one of the young guns and a kid that they've always pulled on a pretty good budget, and he goes to all the big outlaw pulls, and he goes in knowing he probably doesn't have the biggest stick to enter the fight. It was really neat. He out of a class, I believe, of 5 trucks, he pulled off the win here in Neely.
Yes, he
did.
Oh, nice.
Darn cool.
Well, let's give him a shout out then. I can find those trucks.
Well, it wouldn't go that far ahead. Go back.
We got Adam Serves watching. Serves watching. I got to suck up to Adam because him and I are going to start working together professionally. He doesn't know it yet, but we're going to.
Adam the banker?
Yeah, Adam the banker needs a mortgage lender. That's what he needs. So.
Yeah, he just doesn't know it yet, or does he know it yet?
Correct. Yeah, he needs somebody for his bank to do mortgages, and I know a guy. It's me.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's see.
Yeah, he's the last hook of that. Yeah, watch the Screaming Bohemian. That's all right.
Oh, here we go.
One other deal that was really cool. Chris Boots got his truck out here. His wife Paula. I think this was the first. This was the first Heartland hook she had. I think they might have hit a local pull, but it was good to see both those trucks out and running again.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And Jeff Waney's. It'd be awesome to see your truck out someday too.
I heard it's getting closer.
Jeff probably feels the same way, I'm guessing.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Rumor has it the power plant's done now. He's just got to go get it.
All right, I'm going to turn the sound on. Yep. This has been the first hook in the class.
Yep.
That's a good looking truck.
Yes. That's his wife, Paula.
Okay, it's like, did I go backwards in the video? Because that looks just like the other truck. I got scared. No.
Yeah.
Because I do stupid stuff every day, so it's all good.
Bohemian Outlaw down the track. Speaking to be your husband.
I will bring that.
Well played, Mr. Ham.
Yes, well played.
He's so close. Now all hooked up, ready to go.
It's so hard to scroll through that, Jason.
I know, I'm trying. This is your pro stock 4x4 class, right?
Yep. That kid okay. Right there, he had a head off the tow vehicle up, and I think what got it running the night before the pull, he worked all week. It was a saga on Facebook. And then as he went to leave, he had another issue with it, and got somebody else talked into hooking onto the trailer and getting him there. Sure was a lot of effort.
I think if people realize the sacrifices that pullers do to get to pulls, they'd be shocked. They'd be like, "You guys are stupid." So
that's where it would be similar to a drug addict. I'm pretty sure.
Yep, I'm telling you, that's why my tractor's named the Remedy, because my wife says you and your dad will spend money you don't have and time you don't have to go tractor pulling. It's a disease. That was a good pass. So Bronson won it with the last hook then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he come in the last hook, moved the sled over to as we're looking at it, the right-hand side or the east side of the track, and it paid off.
Oh, got green flag. Here we go. Razzmatazz, Bronson Gibbons.
Mr. Bronson Gibbons can lay down a nice little pass.
Way to go, Bronson. Way to go, buddy. Way to go, Bronson. I love it. I love it. No, it's awesome to get a big win like that. It makes you feel good.
Yeah, and then a good class. We were thrilled to have 5 trucks.
No, that's awesome. That is awesome. Well, what else you guys got tonight, or let's wrap this baby up?
Yeah, Dan, I suppose you're all ready to go. Dan, are you all ready to go?
How long have they had that pickup, Greg?
Bronson? Since the beginning of time.
Oops, we got muted, or I got muted.
Can you hear us now, Dan?
He's not muted on my end. He seems to be fine. Oh, he's freezing up a little bit.
Yeah, it might be. I'll just answer his question.
No, Dan's back. Dan's back.
Okay,
you're back. Dan.
I'd say Gibbons have had that truck because I do believe his mom pulled that truck years and years ago. There you go, 25 years.
Okay.
Yeah, they've had it for a long, long time.
Hey, there's a famous flying truck from Rock Valley.
Oh, what a way to get Facebook famous.
We're not done with making him famous yet. So it's all good.
I was disappointed he didn't get to see the ESPN show.
That was 6:30 a.m. I set my alarm for it. So, but I know a lot of people DVR'd it. So
yeah,
it's all good.
Have you heard much response off of that, Jason?
They were very happy, and they want to work with us in the future. So
that'd be neat to have that become a regular.
Yeah, Ron talks to her often, and we'll just kind of see how it goes from there. So
yep.
Yeah, well,
yeah, no, I guess if there's not much else, I will go try to get my hauler back together so we can
I kind of need you in West Point, Nebraska tomorrow night, Greg.
Oh, I'll be there one way or another. It's if I take tractors to pull or not.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, look at that. Bronson said 35 years they've had that truck.
That's awesome.
It's part of the family.
For sure.
So
for sure.
Yeah, well, we'll be there one way or another. If not, if nothing else, I'll be working. But
shout out to Jazz for keeping the Facebook page up to date with the winter pictures. I love that. Mark Ham's throwing some of his awesome photography on the Heartland page as well. Thank you for that, Mark. The Heartland Division's growing. It's a great time if you're in our neck of the woods to start thinking about maybe working with the Outlaws a little bit more as that growth pattern continues to grow. And Greg can talk to you anytime, to any promoters out there, any of your divisions or associations that want to talk about what it means to be a division with the Outlaws, because it can take your association to the next level. So don't be afraid to pick up the phone and at least have a conversation with either Lussetto or Kurt Van Beek. So
in year 2, Jason, I feel like it's really starting to hit its stride too. We're getting more and more people starting to come and hang out with us. Just like Keith Keyshaw, who pulls on the national level a fair amount. He's using us to just make some passes. He's letting his nephew drive. Said his nephew's helped him for like 10 or 12 years, and he's letting him hook on our deal, which is, that's perfect.
That's awesome. That's what it's all about, though, honestly. If you think about it, pulling, have some fun.
Yep. And I'll tell you one other cool thing that I like to hear too is we had people asking about hooking with us, like with this light super ag, and they're like, what do we need to do? And it's, you don't need to do anything. Show up. Your outlaw membership is good. There's nothing else to pay. Come, pay entry fee. Let's go pulling. We need to make it simpler for our pullers. We need them more than ever with the, prices and what it costs, the parts availability. The deck is stacked against all the pullers right now, in my opinion, So
Richard Tolley's checking in from Maxwell, Nebraska. Thank you for watching tonight, Richard. So, Lussetto, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to start prepping. I got a California show tonight. I got to get ready for. They got to pull in Grants Pass, Oregon this weekend. So,
well, that's a few miles away, I'm sure.
Yep.
So, all right, very good. Listen, thank you, Jason, and it's crazy to think about, but next week we'll be talking about Wisner, and we've got one hook in Imperial, Nebraska Thursday. So I will miss one day of Wisner, which is unfortunate, but.
Well, this is the first year with the 3 days, so I don't know. We got to make sure everybody knows that there's 3 days of Wisner next year, next week. So a lot going on there.
Yep.
A lot going on there.
Yes, it is. All right. Well, thank you guys.
Get everything put back together. Okay, buddy?
Yep, we'll do.
Thanks for watching. Have a great night.
Thank you guys.